I've been so excited to start this all week. Thank you, Chomp Slayer. Amir, same. There it is! The voice mod, let's go!
Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. And Cher's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner.
It's so good. They did so good with this. Hello, Beru. Hello, Boris. Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? Be like a prequel for me, but it's so much fun. It is, Natty. It is. It sounds great, Moy.
Hey, I'm home.
Daddy!
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away?
Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you?
Nope. I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present.
Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole, sneakers, something for my training?
I love Estelle already.
Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry?
I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present?
Is that my present?
Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look?
Daddy brought us a boy. Daddy, thanks for the present.
But then I...
Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think?
Daddy, what are you doing? Okay, I need to stop calling him Daddy. That's so weird.
Why is my present a boy?
Yeah, what the
Don't
hell?
make such a fuss or you'll wake him up.
Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me.
He looks dead.
Treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Dad just brought a boy home.
He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too.
So black hair is
He
unusual
certainly
here.
does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it.
How do you know? Cassius, where'd you get this kid? What the hell?
That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up?
Fess up?
Yeah, who's the kid anyway? And
Yeah.
why is he hurt?
Where did you get him?
Why did you bring him to our house?
Yeah.
Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy?
Estelle, how old are you? How do you know this word even though you butchered the fuck out of it? How does she know this word? Illegitimate. Illegitimate.
Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Sherazard, I assume.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, for heaven's sake! That girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business.
You just met this boy. Oh my god, such sass. Estella's a tier above most other kids, obviously. I'm loving this already now, it's great.
And I don't even know his name.
You mean brace our business?
Something like that. Oh, look.
Huh?
He's waking up.
Hi.
Wow. His eyes really are the color of amber.
Huh? Where am I?
So, you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safer here, so please just try to rest.
What are you trying to pull?
Huh?
Oh my.
You must be out of your mind. Why? Why didn't you leave me there to die?
Okay, Cassius, you gotta tell us what's going on here. Local Mexican boy, yeah.
Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you?
Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright!
He knows your name.
Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved?
Hey! You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal.
Huh? And just who are you supposed to be?
I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright.
She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age?
Now that you mention it... Wait a minute! Don't try and change the sub... Ow!
Quit yelling!
All right already! But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either!
I don't hear you yelling again, do I?
This is great. They did so good with the voice acting. Fucking scared me. Gotta take the speaker off.
Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse.
Do I hear yelling?
She's scary.
Never mind. Just forget it.
As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house.
That's right.
Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough.
Yeah, I can see that.
By the way, aren't you forgetting something?
Huh?
Your name. You know, that thing people call you?
what's your thing? No, that's not a good sentence. Giving me Winry vibes. Yeah, she does.
I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours?
True.
It seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment.
Fine. My name is...
They always pull this kind of shit. What is it? Ooh, little opening. Chicka chicka slim shady. It is the only logical response. Anything else is wrong. It's true, duh. Can you believe it, guys? The beginning, the very beginning, is wild. There she is, the girl. And I like that she's a staff user. And there's the boy. The present from Dad. I love this series. Trails and Ease have tainted me. Nothing else compares for me now. I know. Especially if you want a good story, then these are the games to go to. And Xenoblade, apparently. Have you played Xenoblade, Teddy? I can't wait to get back into, what's it called? I love doing the menu shit, like putting on equipment, putting on magic, putting on skills, all that crap. It takes me like 30 minutes each time, but I love it. I love organizing that shit. It's so fun. I can't wait to get back into that. Kid's name is Slim now. Always refer to him as Slim Shady now. Nope, I might someday, but not right now. I have too many games to get through. I get you. Yeah, I'm gonna eventually play them too, Teddy. Yeah, you do this opening though. It's great. You and your card management VA. Yep. I love music so much. Oh yeah. By the way, this series has great music. So. Heads up, get ready for some great music all around. Even back with this game, Falcon didn't miss with the opening. Fucking amazing. I agree 100%. The openings for each game are pretty iconic. Hi, Nero. How you doing? As a side question, have you played Tales? Oh, like Tales of Symphonia and all that? I've played Tales of Symphonia. I've played Tales of Berseria. And I tried Zestiria. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, so I stopped. I tried Vesperia. I only played a little bit of it, and I stopped. I don't remember why. And I really want to play the newest one. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, that's it. The PS Vita version I played had updated music, so can't wait to hear the arrangements in the OG version. Let's go. Arise. There you go, Arise. Yeah, I haven't played Symphonia in so long. I played it back on the GameCube. Woo, when I was a wee lad. A wee lass. Completed Arise? You loved it? Yeah, I hear good things about Arise. In the NGC? Ooh.
It's so bright in here.
Estelle's older now. Let's go. I think. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely older. Wait, I wonder...
like a rock.
I wonder how long it's been.
That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed.
Joshua! There you go. That's his name, I think. If they're talking about the boy, the present.
Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I better get ready myself then, too.
Even this simple little tune is so nice. Of course, it's you, Joshua. Keep playing that harmonica, boy. Oh. Okay. I'm like, do I have to move her? I didn't.
Nice, Joshua. Bravo.
Bravo! Dude, they put so much love and effort into the voice acting. I'm loving it. Bravo! Marvelous!
Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you.
Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. But with that siren song of yours, gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber.
What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man.
Joshua, come on! Come on! Be as confident as Estelle here. Do it.
How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, how fortunate for you.
You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It's a really nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What is it called again?
The Whereabouts of Light.
That's right. The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration.
You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay,
So
playing the
well
harmonica
done.
is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All of your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff, like reading and music. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that.
Estelle, please! I think that's impressive!
Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies.
Oh, let's do it, do it.
What boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes?
I think a lot of guys would like that. I think a lot of guys would like a girl like Estelle, and I think a lot of girls would like a guy like Joshua.
That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago.
Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway.
Hey, Estelle! Joshua!
Morning, Dad.
Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready?
He's calling him Dad? How many years has it been? Shit, I'd call him Dad too. Tomboys rule, they sure do.
It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold?
Okay.
I'm on my way.
This is so great!
Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, I'm stuffed.
Yeah,
Eating or inhaling, Estelle?
that. Joshua, please! Why are you watching Estelle eat?
Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot.
Well, make sure you get enough to eat. But don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. But that reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you?
That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point.
And once we're finished, we'll be bracers, just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either.
You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. Or, in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer.
Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too.
Ooh.
That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we?
Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember?
Oh no, not a test.
Huh?
Oh.
Wait, what test?
Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning in training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework?
Oh no.
Crap. I totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that.
I think I am Estelle.
Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or another.
I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve.
Josh, we're doing our best. Fucking loved it. Great.
Papa's sad.
Papa is sad. You've made Papa sad.
Any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality.
Okay, that is a great way to describe Estelle, I think.
Ha! You're the one who raised me, so I definitely got it from you.
Damn, shots
I
fired.
swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's going to be waiting there for us.
Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting.
It looks so
Before I
good.
forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests?
Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Ruan-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce?
What's that?
I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs.
You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I would get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet.
Oh, that sounds good.
For anything fancy, but do try to make something edible.
How rude! But I can't actually say he's wrong.
Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today.
Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store.
Liberal. 500
If
Mira.
there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However,
Okay.
that means no wasteful spending.
Aww.
All right. Thanks, Dad.
Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad.
Well, he doesn't know won't kill him.
Work hard and give Charizard my regards.
Bye, Dad. Alright, I knew where I was going. Yeah, Teddy. I'm sure they didn't do the NPCs, but you
Looks
never
like
know.
We made good time. Not too early or too late either.
We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers.
Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort.
I like Josh's voice. I think they picked a good voice for him.
Oh yeah, I guess I did. All right then. Let's get to it and make it through this last hazing from Shara.
You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there, then.
Damn, Josh was so defensive when we first met him, and now he's really sweet and calm and nice.
There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua.
Yay! I'm glad they give dialogue to what matters.
Morning, Aina.
Good morning.
Is Shara here already?
Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you.
Thanks.
We'll do our best.
Woo! Exam time, is it? Charizard.
Star and the Hanged Man.
Wait, she's the one that taught Estelle illegitimate.
The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this?
Good voice for her too. I like the voices they chose for everybody.
Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early.
Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself.
I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm. But I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready.
I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already.
Quiet, you! Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does.
Whoa, Joshua! Shira's picking on me.
Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably.
I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best.
Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me.
Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately.
I love their banter so much.
Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent.
Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading on what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly.
You couldn't read the cards?
Now that's surprising to hear.
Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time to start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And, Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Ooh, orbments. Let's do it.
Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz, or process septium, installed.
Her voice is so nice.
Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products, to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. What would you like to know about?
So cool. Lore accurate voice, probably.
Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. What would you like to know about? The Kingdom of Liberal, which we live, sits in the western half of the Sumerian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions.
There you go. That's the continent, Zemuria. And these 3 games I'm in are about the Kingdom of Liberal. And then the 2 games after the first 3 are Crossbell. And then the 4 games after that are Erebonia. Yeah.
Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent. It is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence, as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. What would you like to know about?
That war sounds important.
Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training.
Shara? How is today's practical training any different from the training we've done before?
Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job.
So, what you're saying is there won't be any studying at a desk involved?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time, you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat. So I hope you're ready.
Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was gonna do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing.
Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle.
Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we?
Let's have at it.
Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. Aina, are they ready?
Yes, they are.
All right, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves.
Oh.
These are very important, so make sure not to lose them.
Notebooks!
Bracer notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear, or anything you may find and wear. These kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down.
Understood.
Crap. This sounds like it's gonna be a
The complete polar opposites. I swear I'm Estelle. Straight up. I would have been annoyed as well. Like, I don't want to write everything down.
Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response.
I'm sure there were two.
Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle.
Okay, I got it.
Make sure you do. All right then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there.
Direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. Ah, our first little training dungeon. Let's do it. The bracer notebook can be easily found by clicking... Okay.
Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs in their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for bracers.
Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style.
Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude.
I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated.
Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you?
You betcha.
Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task.
What'll we be doing this time?
We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melders' Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He's
Yay!
graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior.
Okay.
Orbments! Orbments! Oh shit, we're already there!
Here's where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory's services.
Sweet.
An Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has had a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over
He's
from
17.
here.
No problem. Leave everything to me.
They even gave a voice to that guy?
So, what is it that you would like to know about?
I love that.
Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the personal installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we'll be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory, like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts.
I like this guy's voice too. A good explaining voice it is. If he wasn't voiced, I would have been like, I would have been reading it real quick. But this guy explaining it has me smiling like,
The type
Go
of
on,
arts
sir.
one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of the installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I've described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots, in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Sepith are fragments of septium, which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, and mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for Mira almost anywhere. But at the Orbital Factory, it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So, what is it that you would like to know about?
It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. You're going to need some sepith.
I hope he does other voices. That actor got my attention. Sure did. He made all that fun.
This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now, it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test.
Pardon? Did you just say test?
You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning?
Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table.
Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild. And humanity.
Shara, please.
Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area.
You
That's
mean,
what I get from that
now?
voice, which I think fits his personality, at least from what I'm seeing right now. You know, maybe I'm gonna see more personality later, and he's like really this in-your-face type of guy. But as of right now, I see him pretty shy. Not too shy, but just.
I don't know if I'm ready for...
How about a little less yapping and a little more walking?
Joshua! Help me!
Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help.
Don't mention it. And good luck with that test of yours.
We'll be rooting for you.
I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua!
All your training has finally come down to this.
Yay! Fighting
The
time!
qualification test will begin here.
Wait, I wanted to
expect see
explore the
both use what you've
town.
learned up to this point.
Understood. What's wrong, Estelle?
Shara,
What now?
I was kind of wondering, but, is there not going to be a paper test or something?
Did Cassius drop you on your head or something?
Everyone's so mean to
You
her.
just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right?
He's introverted. Estelle's extroverted. I think they call him. Yes, Chomp. Thank you. That's what I don't know why I couldn't think of those words. Yes, he has that, you know, introverted type of reserved type of voice. Yeah, they complement each other very well. Very yin and yang.
Yeah, and?
And I even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks. Unless you forgot that, too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ring any bells yet?
Vicious are dying.
What a relief! Oh, divine Adios! I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers.
Good lord.
So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory.
I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed.
Her voice is so perfect.
I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all.
What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things?
Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? You know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you.
Uh-oh.
We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose.
Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Roland's sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there. So, if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget.
Ooh, I think that's healing items.
What's this book for?
It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there.
Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua.
That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shira.
We'll put it to good use.
Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test.
Let's. Don't forget, though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such.
There's a couple of boxes
The
inside
fact
of.
that there's not just one but two is kind of interesting too. Wonder what's inside.
Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only.
Oh, we're done.
Pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective.
You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with the teensy-weensy peek,
No, Estelle. Shara will know.
If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest.
right? Did you just say the F word?
Yep. Opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal,
The
we would have no
F
right to
word.
open them.
I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself.
If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Shara when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here.
All right, all right.
Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, they're the real deal, all right. I don't see any evidence of tampering either.
That was a close one.
I figured she would try and set us up like that.
Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test.
You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get?
That's for me to know and for you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now. So let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do.
Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test?
You still have to learn how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties.
When is this day going to be over? Oh well. No sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight.
Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal.
Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you solved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer.
Oh, I know.
You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch. And, as you already know by now, Ina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work.
I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you.
Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training?
Good job, you two. It seems like you're able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as BP, Bracer Points. BP are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild.
Alright.
7 junior bracers start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you will receive will be recorded in your bracer notebooks, so please have a look sometime later on.
All that's left to do now is to finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Ina. And sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual.
Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case.
To the bone?
And knowing Shara, it'll involve the whip.
Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then,
Aren't those boxes the ones?
in answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle.
Are you saying that it's okay if we open them?
That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside?
Sweet!
All right, let's have a look.
Woo!
This
For
Chris
us?
is...
So does this mean that we're...
Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold.
Let's go!
Did you hear that, Joshua?
Yay!
We've become members of the Bracer Guild!
Yay!
So, I'm a
Yay!
bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in.
Come on, Joshua! You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it!
I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed.
I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Stell, but I need to take off now. I have some backed-up work that needs my immediate attention.
We understand. You have been spending a lot of extra hours with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks.
Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara.
Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father, Cassius, trained me.
So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh?
There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day.
Lore.
As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And, in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought.
Get what?
This is Sherazard, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father.
Oh.
A no-good middle-aged man, huh?
Well, that's why she respects him, because he trained her.
From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion.
Huh?
Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers.
Right.
Oh, cutscene.
Hurry up and come on!
Wait for me, Luke! Huh? Oh, it's you two.
Oh, great. It's Estelle.
Hi there, Joshua.
Okay, you little twerp. What's with the, oh great, it's a Stell remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know.
You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe.
How wrong
Rude.
you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Literal than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm.
What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle.
In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers!
More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now a high pony, on the other hand.
Quit being a killjoy!
Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you.
Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend.
This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me. But getting passed by the likes of Estelle?
What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people are allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school.
I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back.
You'd better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to go train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go!
All right. I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua.
That boy, Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. Or if he just plain hates me or something.
Rather, I think it's the exact opposite.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it. It's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious.
Exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times.
That's not really what I mean by curious.
Hey there, Estelle and Joshua.
Oh, that's right. We gotta get the liberal news for Dad. Okay.
How can I help you? Did you manage to become bracers?
You bet we did. You know, maybe I should have you start calling me Hyper Bracer Estelle from now on.
By the way, Mr. Renan, did the liberal news come in?
Yeah, it came in a little afternoon.
Don't brush me off like that, you two. Oh, whatever. I'll take one copy then.
That comes to 100 Mira, please.
Damn, that's an expensive ass newspaper.
I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine,
What if I had run out of money?
but does it really sell that well?
It sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camerawoman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They're even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods. But don't hold the free part against me.
What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages.
It's a recipe book, isn't it?
You got it. When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to healing balms all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free, assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So, if you eat something new, write down what's in it, and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So, how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle.
Ew.
Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets.
Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had an opportunity to try before.
Well, that sounds pretty convenient.
It's not that I don't like cooking and all, it's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really be able to shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life.
That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs.
You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan.
Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use.
Joshua, am I glad I found you two.
The fuck? What?
Oh? Hi, Ina.
Is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry.
We've got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today?
Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on?
You know Luke and Pat, right?
Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago.
What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble?
I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland.
You mean the Tower of Asmalus? Isn't that supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters?
That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Sherazard is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely.
What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back.
I don't know if that's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today.
With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower.
I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children.
Roger that.
Understood.
The Asmalus Tower can be reached by taking the western path of the junction along the Malga Trail. You can get onto the Malga Trail through Roland's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you know where to find me.
This is our first real job. Joshua, we don't have any time to lose.
I'm right behind you.
Yes, Cobra. Please enjoy the emotes and ad-free viewing. Thank you for thanking Slayer.
It looks like we've come all the way to Asmalus Tower.
DM it to me. DM it to me. The fuck? You got the gold.
I didn't see any sign of them along the trail. So do you think they wandered inside?
It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry.
Right.
Any goodies? No. Random user on Twitch gets gold kappa for a day? What?
It's dark in here. I am scared.
we're only on the first floor of this place.
Did you hear that? They really did come in here.
Estelle, are you all right?
Luke! Pat! If you can hear me, answer me now! Those little brats. Are they pretending they can't hear me?
They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them.
Let's
Sure.
go, Joshua.
Right, I've got your back.
You monsters, go somewhere else! No! Shoo! Shoo! Leave us alone!
On this!
Estelle? What are you doing here? Joshua, you're here too!
Get back, you two. These monsters aren't playing around.
We'll take care of them.
Looks like that's that.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's safe too. By the way, that was great timing the way you blitzed those monsters, Estelle.
You really think so?
Is it safe now?
Take your time.
Oh, man! That was awesome! You really showed them, Estelle. Not bad for a girl.
You little twerp!
Ow! That hurts! What are you trying to do to me?
What's wrong with you? You even dragged poor Pat all the way up here against his will. It's time to think about what you did today.
Ow! You're hurting me! Stop it! I said stop it, you violent she-devil!
So this is the thanks I get for saving your neck, huh? Looks like it's time to give you some of my special discipline.
Ow! 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 All right, Estelle, I'm sorry! Everything was my fault! Estelle? Shouldn't we forgive each other like they teach us at school?
This brat doesn't need forgiveness, but
Uh-oh.
a little discipline should do the trick.
Estelle, behind you!
It's something with teeth, isn't it?
Oh, that's a new enemy.
Nice monster?
I'm not going to make it in time.
Whoa! Dad!
Dad, you came!
You still lack skill and understanding, Estelle.
He's a staff user also. Let's
You
go.
must always prepare for unseen danger by sharpening your senses.
I love to relate to this girl.
That's part
Estelle's
of what it
great.
means to be a bracer.
The dad? What are you doing here?
I just happened to be in town and heard the whole story from Ina. I'll give you points for your quick thinking and taking
Beast of a
action
man.
to come after the children, but you failed to follow through completely.
I really messed up, didn't I?
It's a good thing you showed up when you did. I'm sorry. I should have been watching your back.
That just means that you have room for improvement. Constantly working to overcome your weak spots is the key.
Understood.
So, how about we head home, everyone? Can you boys walk?
I think so. That was incredible, Mr. Bright. You were like a gazillion times more awesome than Estelle.
Of course I was. I'm her father. All right, everyone. Let's file on out of here.
I'm with you, Mr. Bright.
Who's the glory hog now? I mean, I guess I should be thankful that Dad saved my behind, but why does he have to go and take all the credit like that? It really chaps my hide.
That's just the way he is. After all, he is Cassius Bright.
It seems like you've had quite a day.
Dad is just unbelievable. The second we get back to Roland, he says, "I'll leave the reporting to you," and takes off for home. The sheer nerve, I tell you.
There's no need to make a mountain out of a molehill over it. At least the boys came back safe and sound. Anyway, I think that's all there is to report.
Nice. Ooh.
You did well for your first assignment. From the details of your report alone, I believe I can commend you both for a job well done. You should be proud of yourselves.
You really think so?
I know so. In fact, you'll do even better on your next job. If anything else comes up, I would appreciate your help again.
Sure.
How how about we head home too?
I guess we'd better. I've still got dinner to prepare.
Would you mind holding on a second? A letter arrived for your father just a little while ago. Unfortunately, since he went straight home, I never got a chance to give it to him. Do you think you could deliver it instead?
I wonder if it's more work-related stuff.
I imagine so. The letter appears to be from one of our foreign branches.
One of the guild's foreign branches?
As I'm sure you already know by now, Liberal isn't the only country where the Bracer Guild exists. On top of that, your father is widely known all across the Zumurian continent, so we can expect these kinds of letters from time to time.
If you two would be so kind as to make sure he gets this letter, I would really appreciate it.
Hey, Joshua. Do you think I'm really cut out to be a bracer?
You are!
Well, you seem to have inherited your father's skill with the staff, and your nosy personality doesn't let you ignore someone in distress.
Really? You think so?
Sure, but why are you asking? Are you still thinking about what happened back at the tower?
Yeah, because of my carelessness, Luke almost got caught in the middle of a dangerous situation. If Dad hadn't come when he did, he could have been seriously injured. I guess I'm just worried about whether or not I'll be able to stay on top of things in the future.
That kind of talk doesn't sound like the Estelle I know.
Huh?
If we fail today, then all that's left to do is take back our losses tomorrow, right? Overthinking and worrying about things that haven't happened yet is definitely not like you. Isn't being a bracer what you've always dreamed of? How can you expect to succeed if you let something like what happened today discourage you?
Joshua, you're right. This isn't like me at all.
I don't think a serious expression really suits your face either. You laughing like a big ditz is far more natural for you.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're gonna see my angry expression if you keep that up.
Okay, I admit that last comment was pushing things a bit.
I'll overlook it this time. And thanks for cheering me up. I don't know about you, but I'm so ready to get home and eat. My stomach just started growling like a bear.
Maybe glutton is closer to the mark than ditz.
Oh, there he is.
Dad! We finished reporting to the guild just like you told us to.
Good work, kids. The details of your reports will be reviewed at each branch and will affect your pay and rank advancement in the future. Please make sure that you always remember to do it.
Don't worry, we will. And before I forget, I got a copy of the liberal news you wanted. There was this letter for you at the guild, too.
A letter, huh?
Well, I'm gonna get cleaned up and start dinner. Oh, and, Dad. Thanks for coming in when you did today. You really helped me out back there.
I see you're being rather gracious today. Papa's happy. How delightful that my daughter has finally understood what a great man her father truly is. There's no need to hold back, Estelle. Come and jump into your father's loving arms.
In your dreams. I swear the men in this house have one thing in common. They never know when to shut up.
I guess she's not as depressed as I had thought she'd be. Should I be thanking you, Joshua?
I didn't do much. I just gave her a push in the right direction. Estelle's a resilient girl to begin with.
Yes, she is. But she still has a long way to go. She'll run into more than just a few stumbling blocks in this line of work. And overcoming those obstacles is what will teach her to stand on her own 2 feet.
There's that soft side of yours talking again.
Oh no! Are eggs supposed to explode like that? I guess I shouldn't have gone in expecting to make a perfect meal in a single try.
Egg.
No, wait. Cooking is supposed to be about passion. Exploding eggs are passionate, right? Now, once more.
That daughter of mine can sometimes be a little too passionate.
I think I'll go help with dinner. We don't want the curtains to catch fire again, but at this rate, there's no telling when we can expect to have a bite of food ready on the dinner table.
All right then, let's see what this letter's all about, shall we? A message from the Erebonian Empire? What?
Uh-oh.
Wow, this is a surprise.
This new dish is what I call Estelle's Explosion over rice.
It worked out.
Be sure to savor every last morsel.
I will. Your cooking this evening is excellent. My compliments to the chef.
This is raw talent at its best. Today certainly has been a busy but great day nonetheless. We qualified as junior bracers, had our first real assignment, and I didn't even lose my eyebrows making dinner this time.
Not to mention the food being delicious. For a first attempt, this dish is actually quite edible. At first, I thought I might have to pitch it out the window when you weren't looking, but it seems that technique won't be necessary tonight.
Sometimes you're just so despicably rude, Dad. Don't you know how to just be humble and say that something tastes nice?
All right then, how about this? Boy, I never thought I'd be able to eat something wonderful like this before I had to leave on business.
Ah, very smooth, Cassius. Very smooth. Yes, Ollie.
You made a splendid meal, Estelle.
Thanks, Dad. Wait. Business?
Are you really leaving again?
Yes. Something unexpected came up. This time, I'm going to be away for a while.
Oh, hold on a minute. You're leaving? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? I don't care what kind of job you're doing. That's just too soon.
It's about that letter, isn't it? Was there some sort of incident?
Oh, it's nothing like that. Just a simple investigation. I'll have to visit a number of places, so it'll take me about a solid month before I'm through. That being the case, please take good care of the house while I'm away.
What do you mean, that being the case? You always use some vague excuse like that to take off for who knows how long.
We have to accept it, Estelle. A bracer's job is to help those who come to us for help.
I know. But what are you going to do about all your jobs here at the Roland branch? You've already accepted a few of them, haven't you?
Oh, only about 5 or 6. So, I was thinking, and how about the both of you handle them for me instead?
What? Are you really asking us to do the work you're supposed to be doing?
That I am. I'll have you do the ones which I think you can accomplish, and I'll ask Sherazard to handle the difficult ones. So, what do you say?
Sure, of course we will. You're okay with doing these too, right, Joshua?
Yeah, no problem. Looks like a good way to get some experience as a bracer.
Then it's settled. I'll stop by the guild and let Aina know about the change of plan before I leave.
All right. I'm starting to feel more determined than ever. We'll have to bust our tails with these jobs so we don't tarnish your name while you're gone.
Oh, Estelle, my beloved daughter. Papa is so proud. Oh, my dear Lena, who art in heaven. Can you see your daughter now? Our little Estelle has grown up to be such a lovely young woman.
Face it, Dad. You're getting old. If people lose their trust in you at this age, you might as well just throw the towel in forever. I'm only helping you out because I'm your daughter, and I have a duty to pay you back for the last 16 years.
I'm only 45. And what's more, I'm very likely the most active member in the entire guild.
Not bad for a pair of comedians. By the way, Dad, which flight will you be on tomorrow? The one headed for Gronsel or the one headed for Bose?
I'll be on the one headed for Gronsel. My flight departs at 10 o'clock in the morning.
That means I'll have to get up a little earlier tomorrow. I better set my alarm clock just in case.
Nairu.
Dad,
Are you still awake, Joshua?
you'd better hold off on the liquor or Estelle will get mad again.
This is just my way of lifting my spirits before I travel. How about yourself? Would you like to join me for a drink?
I'll pass. Actually, what I should be saying here is, don't offer alcohol to minors. I'm not like Shara, who would jump at any chance to enjoy a drink, or 10.
That's because she holds her liquor much better than I do.
There's something really serious happening, isn't there?
There's no conclusive evidence, but there appears to be some sort of movement within the Empire.
The Erebonian Empire? That sounds pretty suspicious.
This movement doesn't appear to be overt, but that's what has me worried. I intend to do a little probing at the Erebonian embassy to see what turns up.
Understood. I'll make sure to look after Estelle while you're gone.
Don't you spoil that girl, you hear me? Now that she's become a bracer, she needs to learn to look after herself.
Estelle will be fine. She's got good instincts, and despite being a bit rough around the edges, she has talent with the staff as well. There's no doubt in my mind that she'll be a first-class bracer someday.
Yet at present, she's like a babe in arms who knows nothing about the realities of the world around her. At some point in time, she'll have to choose which path to follow in life. And Joshua, the same thing can be said for you, too. It's already been 5 years since you became a part of this family, hasn't it? How time does fly.
5 years.
Yes, it sure does seem that way.
About what you said back then. Are you sure you won't reconsider taking those words back?
For me, keeping my word is what defines who I am. If I can't do something as simple as that, I don't know how I could live with myself. I know this may sound stubborn, but I can't take back what I said. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize. But I'd like you to remember this. No matter what path you choose in life, you can't erase these past 5 years. Estelle and I will always be your family, no matter what may befall you.
Thanks, Dad.
Whoa, we're done with the prologue.
Well, it looks like it's time for me to board my flight. Estelle, don't do anything I wouldn't do myself. And try not to be a handful for Joshua either.
For the umpteenth time, I heard you already. How about you try not to go overboard yourself with your own work? You're not getting any younger, you know.
Say what you will, but I'm not about to be overtaken by any youngsters. Sherazard, I'm really sorry about placing all this work on your shoulders at the last minute.
Please, don't be. I am slightly concerned, however, about whether or not I can do a decent job in your place.
There's no need to be humble, Silver Streak. And I don't mean to make your life any more difficult, but please keep an eye on these two.
You just leave that to me. Is tightening up the reins and not spoiling these two fine with you?
You definitely understand the way I think.
What was that all about?
It looks to me like a mutual understanding between master and pupil.
The Granselbound airliner Lind will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now.
Uh-oh. I'd better take my seat.
Have a great trip, Dad. We'll take care of everything here while you're gone.
When you're done with your work, make sure you come straight home. And no goofing off.
Is that any way to see your beloved Papa off? Oh well. I'll try my best to come home as soon as I can. All right, you two. Be good while I'm gone.
He's gone. Again.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Come on, you two. There's no need to look so down. Your father will be back in no time. I don't know what kind of investigation he's been asked to do this time, but when it comes to your father, he'll have it done before you know it.
I'm not sad that he's gone. He's always been away more than he's been at home.
All right, if you say so. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on those jobs your father left for me. But if you run into any trouble, give me a holler.
Will do. But first, I'd like to try and finish a few jobs with Joshua. I want to see what we're capable of doing as junior bracers.
What is
All
wrong
right,
with you? Why
if
are
you
you,
insist.
why are you like this today?
I imagine that with Joshua tagging along, there's probably not much to be worried about. Good luck, you two.
Thanks.
We'll do our best. So, what do you want to do now, Estelle? Shall we go stop by the guild?
Yeah, we should probably talk to Ina and find out what jobs are waiting for us.
Oh, good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Has your father already left?
Yep, just barely. That's why we came here to find out about the jobs he left for us.
Sure.
Rock.
There are a total of 3 jobs I have lined up for you. For the first one, I'd like you to head out to the farm west of here.
The farm west of here? Isn't that where Tio lives?
Tio? I seem to have heard that name somewhere before.
Tio Prezell. She was one of our classmates at Sunday school. She's also the Prezell farm owner's daughter.
Oh, really? It's actually the Prezell farm that put in a request for someone to exterminate some monsters.
Are they really having problems like that?
Fortunately, nobody has been hurt, but the owner and his family are upset over their fields being destroyed by the creatures. Therefore, the guild received an extermination request.
I never would have expected something like that to happen. Okay, we'll head out there right now.
Here, take this with you. This document certifies that you were dispatched by the guild. Please give it to the owner of the farm.
We already know Tio's father pretty well, so I don't think this will be necessary, but we'll take it just in case. Hi, Tio!
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Estelle? And Joshua too? Did you guys come for a visit?
Not exactly. We're here on bracer business. We heard that you've been having some trouble with monsters.
You finished all your training? That's wonderful news. Maybe you can help after all.
So there really are monsters giving you trouble, huh?
Regrettably, that's been the case the past several days now, thanks to which I'm suffering from a lack of sleep.
Which means the monsters only come out at night?
You're very perceptive, Joshua. It'd be better if you got all the details from my father, though. I imagine he should be back from delivering the milk and vegetables any time now.
Oh.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Purcell.
How's everyone getting on these days?
Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua.
What brings you to our neck of the woods? Did you come to see Tio?
We were actually just chatting with her outside.
To tell you the truth, we're here on an errand today from the Bracer Guild.
Is that so? But don't you think this job is a little dangerous for just the two of you to handle?
I agree. I'd feel terrible if one of you were to get hurt.
Don't sweat it. We're bracers, after all. And taking care of monsters is right up our alley.
Well, alright then. Go ahead and have at it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Purcell. Then, could you tell us a little more about the monsters that have been wrecking your fields?
I haven't been able to get a clear look at one yet, but they seem to resemble something like a chubby cat. As far as I can tell,
A chubby cat?
3 or 4 appear at night and raid our fields, gnawing on anything they can get their grubby little paws on.
They don't seem threatening exactly, but they're extremely nimble. We've tried many times to capture them over the course of the last several nights, but to no avail.
Sounds like a pretty strange bunch of creatures, if you ask me.
Since they only appear under the cover of night, we'll have to wait for it to get dark.
Then how about taking a load off until then?
I assume you'll be joining us for dinner, right?
You said the magic word! You bet I will! I'm a huge fan of your cooking, Mrs. Purcell. I can't wait!
You sure know how to please a woman who spends a lot of time toiling in the kitchen. And for that, I'll whip up something special that'll live up to your expectations.
Hell yeah. Oh, it's time.
That was delicious! Your mom's cooking is as good as ever, Tio!
That's because she gets excited to cook whenever we have guests over for meals. I feel really bad for Joshua, though, with the little ones jumping all over him like that.
It's probably a good thing. Surprisingly enough, kids tend to latch onto him a lot. If anything, I'm more blown away by the fact that the children enjoy playing with such a stick in the mud.
I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, don't you? He's definitely courteous and maybe even a tad reserved, but if you get to know him, he's really a caring young man. The fact that he's not self-conscious about it, too, gives him points in my book.
You really think so?
Think about it. With those striking facial features, mysterious amber eyes, and lush black hair,
Okay.
it's only natural that he'd be a target for all the young girls.
Oh my.
Is Joshua really that popular?
Are you blind, Estelle? Rumor has it that more than just a few girls have asked to go out with him.
Whoa.
I hear that he turned them all down, though.
I had no idea. Joshua never said a word to me about it. I don't know how I should even begin to describe his secretive nature after hearing this. But how utterly cruel of him to not confide in me!
If you were a boy, I imagine it would be a different story. But as a girl, I don't think that's something he would talk to you about. And the fact that you haven't fallen for him yourself is beyond me.
Huh? Why would I?
Estelle, you're in there, aren't you? It's about time to do our rounds.
Alright, I'm coming! I'll be back after Joshua and I get the job done, Tio. I'd like to continue this conversation then, okay?
Oh, all right. Be careful out there, Estelle.
Seems the world wants to put them
Girl,
together.
She's either completely out of touch with matters of the heart, or just plain dense. Poor Joshua. He really has his work cut out for him.
It seems as though the monsters always show up at about this time. We'd better get outside and take a look around. What's going on, Estelle?
I've gotta ask, Joshua. You don't happen to have any secrets you're not telling me about, do you?
Come on now. Where are you coming up with this stuff?
Since you came to live with us, we've always done everything together, right? Even though we've had our fair share of fights, they're all good memories for me now, and what I mean to say is, I've come to think of you as family, in every sense of the word.
Estelle.
So, if there's anything on your mind you'd like to talk about, I'm available to lend an ear. You know, about things like trouble with your love life and whatnot.
Are you sure you want to hear about this, Estelle?
What are you trying to say?
No, nothing. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here to listen if you need someone to talk to. That's all. Let's hurry up and get out there so we can kick some monster butt.
The actress.
What kind of nonsense is Tio putting into that girl's head?
The voice actress did really well to make her sound flushed. I wonder if Josh truly likes her.
Secrets.
Don't tell me, of course. Uh-oh, what secrets you got, Josh?
Wow, it's really dark out here in the countryside. So, Joshua, how do you think we should go about making the rounds?
Let's see. How about we start by checking around the house first and then move on to the fields, stable, and greenhouses? We should be able to cover the entire farm by doing it this way.
All right, let's go. Awfully quiet. All I hear are the bugs chirping.
Doesn't look as if they've shown up yet. I wonder if they're aware of our presence.
Hey, Joshua, did anyone ever tell you that story as a kid?
This will be interesting, yeah. Yeah, I thought it would probably just be added voices like with the Final Fantasy VII one. Gotcha.
You know, the one about babies being born in a cabbage patch?
Now there's another question entirely out of the blue. And no, I was told about an angel with silver wings who delivers them.
Interesting. So the explanation for where babies come from differs depending on the region, huh?
It's wild how voice acting is such a huge difference in experiencing the story. I feel like if I didn't have the voice mod, even if I was like trying to voice act like her, or if I was playing by myself and I was just reading in my head, I feel like it wouldn't be as animated and expressive as the voice actress is doing in this game with this voice mod. And it makes such a huge difference. It makes me feel much more what's it called? Attentive, makes me feel more like in it. You know what I mean? Like I feel more invested in it just with hearing the nuance in her voice. It's wild.
How about we get back to work?
Okay.
I should have figured monsters wouldn't bother coming in here.
The glow of the orbments sure give this place a romantic ambience. Makes me feel like it was all worthwhile just setting foot in here.
You are definitely a ditz, Estelle.
At least it's better than being dense like someone I know.
My god.
Psst, look!
There it is. Ah, it's so cute. No, you're not, Slayer.
Hey, get back here, you little furball!
I could still sense its presence. It's staying put on the farm for the moment.
Well, good, because it's about to get caught.
Where in the... Oh, there it is.
Ah!
That's too bad. I guess it noticed us trying to sneak up on it.
I swear, I'm gonna catch that little bugger next time I see it.
Got you.
I got him! I think it's time to teach this critter a lesson.
Here's where our job really starts, so stay alert and don't let your guard down.
Nice. Aw, did we kill them?
My
No.
goodness. The work
They're
of a
alive
bracer
if they're
is something
squeaking.
else. You kids have done a fine job of rounding up these critters.
It was nothing, really. I wanted to ask you, though, now that they've been caught, what do you plan on doing with them?
I don't think they'll cause any more trouble. Yeah, I don't think they'll cause any more trouble.
Now that we've given these critters a good thrashing, I don't think they'll cause any more trouble.
Estelle, how's that going to benefit anyone if we show these creatures any mercy now?
Josh, stop.
We're here to do a job by exterminating the monsters, remember?
I don't wanna.
But...
In any case, we're here to do a job in Dad's place. If the same thing happens again, what will you have to say for yourself?
I see what you're getting at, but...
You know, it was only some vegetables that were damaged, so... What do you think about letting it slide this time?
You know, after taking a beating like that, I'm sure they've learned their lesson.
Tio, Mrs. Purcell.
But in this case, I strongly suggest otherwise.
Joshua, shut up.
I myself am against killing them too.
Thank you, friends.
Whether it's us or them, the fact of the matter is, we're all living beings trying to survive on the same land. To some degree, I think we need to be mindful of those creatures living around us as we go about our daily lives.
Thank you, friends.
I know you may disagree with me, Joshua, but would you mind sparing these creatures just this once?
Please, Josh, would you spare the cute critters that we're just trying to eat because they're dying? Please? My God.
Understood. Since this is coming from the ones who suffered the actual loss, I won't object to your request.
Thank you, Joshua.
I'm really sorry about this, Joshua. I know I had you two come all the way up here.
I'm really sorry, Joshua. I know you really wanted to kill these cute little critters. I know.
Sure to reinforce the fence and devise a way to prevent this from happening again.
Then that's that. All right, you critters. You better count your blessings. If we catch you around here again, you won't be so lucky. Now scram!
Tonight's been a long night, so how about we head back to the house and hit the sack?
Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
The two of you are more than welcome to spend the night.
Sounds good to me.
I appreciate your hospitality.
Ooh,
Man,
combo time.
I'm beat. It's really late, so how about we hit the sack? Joshua? What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I made the situation really awkward for everyone.
Yes, you kind of did. You were like this murderer. Yeah, this urge to kill.
Huh? Are you talking about what happened back outside? Don't sweat it. I guarantee you nobody thought anything of it. Really, your judgment was the most sound of anyone's.
No, it wasn't. I'm just cold-hearted and indifferent is all.
Yeah, in that moment, yeah.
Even now, I still think we shouldn't have shown any mercy and simply put those creatures out of their misery.
Oh my goodness.
Unlike you and Tio, I don't feel any compassion.
What? What the hell?
It's at times like this that I really begin to loathe myself. It's almost as if there's something wrong with me as a person.
Aw, that's so sad.
Maybe some part of my heart is broken or something.
Joshua! Don't you dare say things like that about yourself.
Estelle?
I've watched almost everything you've done for the past 5 years. And I'm confident in saying that I know your strengths and weaknesses better than anyone else. Probably even more than you yourself. I won't allow you to just disregard everything with a bunch of nonsense.
You tell him.
I don't ever want to hear you say you're broken again.
I'm sorry. It was foolish of me to say that.
As long as you understand what I said, that's what really matters. But you know what? Believe it or not, I was happy to hear you admit how you felt.
Why?
Your real problem, Joshua, is that you always try to keep your feelings locked up inside. Whenever you're troubled or worried, you just go around with this nonchalant look and try to fix everything by yourself. It's a little upsetting for someone who's supposed to be your family.
Estelle,
Joshua, you were able to lay bare your own weaknesses today. You learned to trust in someone other than yourself. And for that, I'm happy.
I don't know what your point is, but I'm amazed that you can just stand there and say something as embarrassing as that.
I've got a whole lot more where that came from. But how about we call it a night? After all this endless running around, I'm ready to drop.
All right then. Have a good night, Estelle. And thanks.
You're welcome, Joshua. Sleep tight.
Aww.
You did us all a great service. Once again, I apologize for things not turning out the way they should have.
Please, don't worry about it anymore. We were able to learn a lot from this experience ourselves. If there's anything else we can help you with in the future, please let the Bracer Guild know.
That'll definitely be the first place we contact.
Come and visit again sometime when you're free, okay?
We'd love to have you over for the night again when things are convenient for you. I'll treat you to some of my best cooking next time you come.
Thanks for the invitation to you and Mrs. Purcell.
We'll definitely be back to take you up on that when our workload settles down. Alright, how about we head back to the guild? After we report this one, we can start on the next.
Sounds like a plan. On to the next one.
Man. Just with that one... Ah! How did I not see that shit there? Just with that one conversation, I was already, like, wanting to tear up. Like, I'm already so invested.
How did the job at the farm go?
We hit a few bumps in the road, but...
Let me give you a brief report of the details.
I see. So, you ended up setting the monsters free because the Purcell family requested you to do so? I think it was premature on their part, but I won't pursue the matter any further.
Is it okay to leave things at that?
The mission of a bracer is to protect civilians and uphold justice. However, there are many ways we can protect those around us. And there are as many forms of justice as there are stars in the heavens. As a bracer, it is your job to be able to discern these things.
Indeed. Our work has very profound implications if you think about it in that way.
That's because we aren't an organization that deals strictly with monster problems. We can also intervene when disputes arise between nations. To become a high-ranking bracer, one must have more than combat strength. A well-honed mind and flexible problem-solving skills are also required.
A sharp mind and problem-solving ability, huh?
Sounds a lot steeper than I originally thought.
Well, then your only choice is to devote yourself to working hard every day. And since you're both here, why don't I give you the details of your next job?
Those are words I have been waiting to hear. I'm ready for
I'm glad you like them.
So what have you got lined up for us this time?
Not this time.
Oop.
The next job will entail the transportation of goods. And get this, your client is none other than Mayor Klaus himself.
Really? A request from the mayor?
Do you think it'll be alright leaving such an important task up to us?
From what I've heard, it's a pretty simple job. In any case, I'd like you to speak with the mayor directly about the job details.
Do you think the mayor is even in today?
Being as busy as he is, I'm sure there's a pretty good chance that he's out.
Well, bless my soul, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua!
Hi, Mayor Klaus.
I hope we're not disturbing you, sir, but we've come on behalf of the Bracer Guild about a job you requested.
Yes, I heard from the guild that the two of you would be coming. So, you're taking over your father's work while he's away, are you?
Well, we're trying to at least. I'm very sorry about my dad reneging on his promise like this.
There's no need for apologies. Knowing your father, it's typical for him to be swamped with work like this. Anyway, with Lita and my wife out and about, I'd like to move this conversation somewhere else.
Sounds like Kasane does.
Why don't we head upstairs to my study and go over the details? In truth, I don't think you'll find this request partially difficult. And it's for that reason I think that asking the guild to do this job may have been a bit presumptuous. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get away from my work, and I had to break down and ask the guild for help.
We were informed that this job involves the transport of a certain something, but what is it exactly that you would like us to carry and where?
I would like you to pick up a septium crystal from the Malga mine and deliver it here.
When you say septium, do you mean like sepith that we often come across?
Accurately speaking, sepith is fragmented septium, which is too small to be used as precious stones. Therefore, this sepith is refined and processed into quartz, which can be installed into orbments.
So that's the difference, huh? I think I've got a better grasp on things now.
We've actually been able to obtain a certain kind of septium called Esmelis from the Malga mine since the olden days. However, since a large piece of this crystal was recently discovered, I've asked the mine chief to hold on to it until someone could pick it up.
So, you'd like us to pick up this crystal from the mine chief and bring it here, is that correct?
Precisely. What do you think? Is this something you think you can handle?
The transport of a precious gem, huh? It'll be a nice change from fighting monsters. Should keep us on our toes, too. All right, we'll do it.
I appreciate your willingness to help. Please, take this with you. If you show that to one of the workers, they should let you into the mine. Good luck!